All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live. Okay, first of all, I just wanted to go ahead and say again, I made a video yesterday and it's going to be the same intro. I have been vindicted once again. I've been talking about this. I knew this was what's going to happen when it comes to Iran. I was up last time when they started dropping bombs. Now, I didn't want to make a video about it because I didn't want to be extremely emotional because of how much anger that I have due to this guy right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are literally about to see World War III happening currently. Spoilers alert. Apparently, they went ahead and actually assassinated the leader, the supreme leader of Iran. Now, one thing you need to understand is, first of all, he knew this was coming. He knew he was a walking dead man. He knew that. Okay? And one thing the Americans also understood is the fact that him dying is not going to be enough to have a regime change. Because it's a web. It's not one person that's controlling everything. Yes, he was the head of the state, but guess what? He has other people under him. He has loyal followers under him. And so taking him out alone is not enough. It's not enough. And so now we see a bunch of bombs being dropped on Israel. Alhamdulillah. Let's be quite honest with ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever's going to happen to Israel, nobody's going to feel bad for them at all. Nobody is going to feel bad for them. Anyways, so let's go ahead and listen to what Trump has to say after he bombed over a school filled with children. The first strike, he was the one claiming that Khamenei was killing his own civilians. The first strike, this guy decided to do what? To kill innocent kids in a school.
The United States military began major combat.
I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up just a little bit because I'm pretty sure you guys have probably heard this multiple times. I've heard it multiple times, but you know.
Operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime.
So let me get this straight. Your objective to defend the American people is by sending American people over there to go die. This war does not benefit America at all. This war only benefits the state of Israel. They're the one in bunkers right now, literally jumping and dancing out of celebration. And on top of that, Benjamin Netanyahu has flown to, guess where? Germany. Wow. The irony.
A vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, these people literally, I'm going to react to that later. These people literally, these people indulge in PDF file. They eat babies. They kill innocent people in Gaza, all over the world, just because they think this person is a threat. They sent 2,000-pound bomb or 20,000-pound bombs. Okay. And then this guy has the audacity to stand in front of the whole world to say that Khamenei, a man who hasn't started a war with America, hasn't started nonsense wars, but he's the most evil human being alive. Right. That makes a lot of sense.
7 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries.
Saying death to America is just, yes, anybody can chant that. Does that mean they're able to do it? No. And the question you need to be asking yourself is, why are they saying that? Why is he saying death to America? Huh? Why is he saying that? Oh, I know why. Because America is so responsible, America and Israel are responsible for the complete destabilization of the Middle East. America is responsible for killing over 1 million innocent Iraqis and Afghanis because of a weapon of mass destruction that never existed. So of course these people are going to hate you. And then on top of that, you go around changing leaders in places in world. This is why I didn't want to start making this video, because of how emotional I am. But how can you go around, start war with everybody, do regime change in countries that you don't like their leaders in, and then you start wondering, why do people hate us? This is literally the whole playbook of the Israelis all over. Just recently, they're the one. They work with America to kill Khamenei. And now guess what? They're already crying that they're the victim. Now you make freaking sense of that.
Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel. In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels and international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer. From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular, my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again. They can never have a nuclear weapon.
I thought you blew it up. I thought you blew up the uraniums. So what do you mean they can never have a nuclear weapon? Do you honestly think these people care about human lives? Let's be honest with ourselves for a second. Let's be honest. Do you honestly think these people care about human lives? They don't. They never cared. And they will never care. These people think that they're a god on earth. They think they're immune to anything and everything. No law in the world applies to them. That's their belief system. So all the people out there who think that, oh, this war starting is going to set Iran free, you are sadly mistaken. All the people here in America who are from Iran constantly saying, oh, Iran is an evil country, Iran, and we need to get... Guess what? These people are never going to go back. They're never going to go back because this war is not going to just end overnight. This war is going to continue on. God knows how long, and who knows? Perhaps other countries are going to get involved in this because it's going to start threatening their region. And then they're going to say, hey, if we let this go on, guess what? This is going to come out our front door, so we have to step in. This is how world war starts. It starts with one attack. They don't attack no. One attack. One assassination. And then boom, the ripple effect, you can't stop it anymore because everybody gets involved. You want to save Iran, but guess what? You have just damned the whole entire world, including America.
That is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it.
You lied. You fucking lied. In the middle of negotiation, you guys attacked them. They didn't attack. Y'all attacked them in the middle of negotiation. So how can you say that they didn't want to accept any deal? You did it twice. This is why X is filled with people saying Iran has a right to defend itself.
They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil. But Iran refused, just as it has for decades and decades. They rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore. Instead, they attempted to rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and could soon reach the American homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message.
Israel has a nuclear weapon. That death cult in the middle, in that death cult in the Middle East, Israel, they have nuclear bomb. the way they've been acting, they are far more dangerous than Iran. I would much rather trust Iran with nuclear bomb than Israel. I'm just going to say that right away. I would much rather trust Iran with nuclear bomb than Israel. And guess what? Israel has nuclear bomb and Iran does not. This is what I said. They don't care about human life. They don't. They never did. I mean, these are people who have special name for anybody who's not a Jew. They call you a goyim. You are cattle to them. You are a slave. They don't give a fuck about your life. They never did and they never will. Ever.
For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We are going to annihilate their Navy. We are going to ensure that the region's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world and attack our forces and no longer use their IEDs or roadside bombs, as they are sometimes called, to so gravely wound and kill thousands and thousands of people, including many Americans. And we will ensure that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon. It's a very simple message. They will never have a nuclear weapon. This regime will soon learn that no one should challenge the strength and might of the United States Armed Forces. I built and rebuilt our military in my first administration, and there is no military on earth even close to its power, strength, or sophistication. My administration has taken every possible step to minimize the risk to U.S. personnel in the region. Even so, and I do not make this statement lightly, the Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future, and it is a noble mission. We pray for every service member as they selflessly risk their lives to ensure that Americans and our children will never be threatened by a nuclear-armed Iran. We ask God to protect all of our heroes in harm's way, and we trust that, with his help, the men and women of the armed forces will prevail. We have the greatest in the world, and they will prevail. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or, in the alternative, face certain death.
Hey, dum-dum, you are speaking to people who literally believe that dying in the month of Ramadan is good. Yeah. Let me go ahead and say that one more time. Trump, you are literally talking to people who believe that dying in Ramadan is good. And you decided to attack them in Ramadan. Which brings me to my video over here. Guess what? This was what? 2 weeks ago when I made this video. Will the United States attack Iran during Ramadan? Obviously, the answer was yes. I was right. I'm not going to go over exactly why I said, I had that belief. The whole video is right there if you want to go check it out on my channel. But I knew it was going to happen during Ramadan. Because you see, these people are weak and pathetic. That's number one. Number two, well, they think that Muslims are going to be weak during the time of Ramadan to where they're going to be demoralized to attack and, react properly because of hunger and really? That's what you believe?
So, lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death. Finally, to the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
I'm sorry, bombs are going to be dropping everywhere? So what, everywhere that's where their bases are? That's where they're...
This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass. May God bless the brave men and women of America's armed forces. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless you all. Thank you.
So let me get this straight. You sanctioned them to oblivion. You then went ahead and killed the supreme leader. You went ahead and killed their innocent civilians. And now you want these exact people to turn around and say, yeah, we support you. Yeah, continue attacking us. I mean, I don't know what goes on in these people's head. Sometimes I wish I could just open their head and just see what goes on in there. But at the same time, I really don't want to because of all the disgusting things that we've seen in the Epstein file. I wouldn't want to see what's in these people's head, to be quite honest with you. But simultaneously, I'm like, I want to know, how do they think? Why do you think the way you do? Huh? Why do you think the way you do? And then this is New York City.
Killing dozens of schoolgirls. Shame.
So yeah, breaking news: Americans come out to Times Square to protest and say stop war on Iran after U.S./Israel's attack.
And we've seen this brutality, this depravity, with complete impunity by Israel and the U.S. for years now. So we understand full well what this war is. This is an attempt to reshape the Middle East, but we gather here today to reject that. Killing dozens of schoolgirls.
So yeah, I gotta be very, very careful on what do you call it, on X, because there's some pictures of bodies of people lying there, and I don't want it to be on here, so I kind of have to look for something to share with you guys. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The Strait of Hormuz has been shut down. The Iranian official declared that the closure of the Strait of Hormuz has been shut down.
Attention all ships. This is Sepah Navy, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy. From now on, all navigating through the Strait of Hormuz is forbidden. No ship in every type is not allowed to pass from the Strait of Hormuz till next notice. This is Sepah Navy, out. Attention all ships. This is...
So yeah, the Strait of Hormuz has been shut down. Wait until your gas prices hit all-time high. And I thought this was a little bit relevant right here. Where is it? I just found that. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Really? I hope that didn't play. So yeah, this video is literally a man holding an arm of a baby that's been blown up. I thought it was a... So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the same people who did this are the one who now wants to go ahead and liberate the Iranians. Yeah, let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. They did this. And now they're the same people who are literally saying, oh, let's go ahead and save the Iranians. I'm glad I came across this video right here. So after the release of the files, this video was very, very, this is China, by the way. This is how they think of,
So the Epstein files are out, millions of pages, thousands of videos, an order from Congress. And what have we learned? Well, Democrats accuse the Attorney General of a cover.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to do something real quick. All right, there you go.
Cover up. The Attorney General calls a senior congressman a washed-up loser lawyer. Victims sit in the room watching their accusers' names blacked out while their own names, their photographs, their suffering are leaked to the public. Welcome to accountability, Western style. For years, the Western elites, the Western men, have stood on what they call the moral high ground. They lecture other countries on human rights, on fair courts, on the worth of every person. They send diplomats to lecture former colonies about the rule of law, as if that law were a custom-made suit only for a rich man. So here's the uncomfortable truth the West does not want to face.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, clearly America has lost all faith. The world doesn't respect it anymore. And yeah, so so he starts trouble and then he runs away. You make sense of that. Netanyahu is so courageous, he left his people to fend for themselves after he started a war with Iran. Netanyahu, Wings of Zion, landed in Berlin. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, he's in Berlin, chilling, drinking, if he drinks. I don't know, I've never seen this dude drink alcohol, but, whatever he does on his free time with his wife. That wife is ugly, dude. I'm sorry. She is busted, dog. So yeah, that's where he's located. And let me see. Okay, this is the translated version of it. So rumors was going around. Rumor was going around. I didn't want to believe it. But this is coming directly from Iran. That's what I was waiting for. I mean, what I was actually waiting for was actually to see a body. But based off of that explosion, we may not even see anything. He's probably been completely just evaporated. So we may not see anything. But this is so the official announce of the martyrdom of the supreme leader of the Islamic Revolution of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Iran declared 40 days of public mourning following the martyrdom of Iran's supreme leader Khamenei.
پیش قراول امت اسلامی حضرت امام خامنه ای با نوشیدن شهد گوارای شهادت در ماه مبارک رمضان به ملکوت اعلی پیوست. شورای عالی امنیت ملی در این زمینه بیانیه‌ای به این شهر صادر کرده است. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. روح بلند پیشوای ملت بزرگ ایران و آزادی خواهان جهان و امت اسلامی، حضرت امام خامنه ای قدس الله نفسه الزکیه به ملکوت اعلی پیوست و به آرزوی دیرینی خیش رسید و به تأسی از جد بزرگوارش امام علی صلوات الله علیه و سلامه علیهما در ماه مبارک رمضان با سر دادن ندای آسمانی فست و به رب الکعبه به ساحت مقدس الهی واصل گردید و شهد گوارای شهادت را در این ماه مبارک نوش نمود. امروز ملت نستوه ایران و امت اسلامی و آزادی خواهان جهان به جهت حملات شریرانه آمریکای جنایتکار و صهیونیست های نابکار داغدارند، اما دشمنان صفاک و دوزخیان ستمکار بین المللی بدانند بیدار دلان جهان.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you kind of get the idea, and I've already seen this right here. So, but yeah, pretty much they're confirming that Khamenei has been there. But like I said at the beginning, he knew he was a dead man. Khamenei knew he was a dead man. Let's be quite honest with ourselves. I mean, he's old, so he was like, might as well, you know what I mean? And on top of that, you unaliving his the supreme leader of Iran. What makes you think this is gonna make the Iranian like you even more? I mean, like, oh my God, dude. Like, this is what I mean when I say, how do these people think? You know what I mean? So, Dave Smith. By launching this illegal war of aggression against Iran, Donald Trump has betrayed the American people and his own base, none of whom wanted this. He has sided with Lindsey Graham, Mark Levin, Benjamin Netanyahu, and most despised laughingstock on the planet. By announcing that this is indeed a regime change war, has anyone paying attention and being honest has known all along, he has tied his entire legacy to this action. If he isn't able to achieve a regime change, he will have killed a bunch of people for no reason. They don't care. They don't care. I mean, they ran on weapon of mass destruction in after 7/11, and they killed over 1 million innocent people. Has anybody been jailed for that? No. They don't care about innocent lives. They just, these people, like I said, these people just think that they're a god on earth. Okay? If he isn't able to achieve, okay, I just read that. If the regime doesn't fall, we have already admitted that we have no one to install, and without boots on the ground, it is difficult to install a regime even if you had someone. Trump will be responsible for what comes next. Things think Warhawk never consider. So yeah, man, this is very interesting. Let's see this right here.
Stood for the children.
So, leaders of the Iranian Islamic Revolution, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei martyrdom in U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran.
For the children in Palestine. He stood for the children in Lebanon. Today, those mourning him will be the orphans across the world, as the orphans mourned our Imam Ali. Peace be upon him.
I wonder who's saying that.
Today, the devils of the world will celebrate. And everybody they have managed to brainwash. But this is not over.
I don't know exactly who's saying that. And then this is
Trump
yeah,
is going
this is probably somebody in Iran who feels deeply sad about the death of Khamenei, you know. So yeah, well, there you go. Now you know exactly who started this war, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't this guy. He just pretended that he did to make himself feel tough. Ooh, we went ahead and attacked and so on and so forth. No, he attacked because of this guy right here. All right. And yeah, here's some good news, ladies and gentlemen. Trump property, which he, oh yeah, I heard about what you received as a gift from the rulers of the UAE has been was hit by an Iranian ballistic missile in Dubai. Ugh. Yeah, I thought this was Israel. That's why I say here's some good news. But yeah, I hear Trump was very, very unhappy about this. The hotel here in Dubai is not Trump property, but the firmament Parma. Yeah, how do you even say this word right here? I can't say this word. Never mind. So yeah, it got community noted. But yeah, so apparently something that a property that belongs to Trump or something that was given to Trump got blown up. But you know, with the high attention on Iran right now, everybody is just throwing anything and everything out there just to, well, hit those numbers to get as popular as possible, sharing a lot of misinformation. But Vladimir Putin finally speaker, Iran fulfilled its commitment, but Trump tore up the agreement. Europe still demanded Iran to remain faithful to the deal. Why should Iran abide by an agreement abandoned by the West?
Иран выполнял все взятые на себя обязательства по известному соглашению, о котором мы сейчас упомянули. Все. К Ирану невозможно предъявить никаких претензий. Затем Соединенные Штаты в одностороннем порядке решили выйти из этого соглашения, а европейцы продолжили требовать от Ирана, чтобы он выполнял взятые на себя обязательства. Но это, вы уж меня простите, но это какой-то бред. Не Иран же вышел из этого соглашения. США вышли. Бывший президент Трамп взял и принял решение выйти из соглашения. А европейцы говорят, да, это не очень хорошо, что американцы вышли, но вы, иранцы, все соблюдаете. С какого хрена-то иранцы, извините, так по-русски звучит грубовато немножко. Иран выполняет...
So yeah, that's what I've been saying as well, is that, you know, the IAEA, yeah, America kind of tore that agreement up, and then after that, they went ahead and said, oh, Iran needs to go ahead and, you know, agree to no nuclear bomb. Like, dude, you guys were inspecting their stockpile, and you tore that up, and now you're saying that they're not allowed to build a bomb. It makes absolutely no sense. Just in Eric Trump is an early investor in the Israeli drone manufacturer Extenda and will help take the company public. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. I mean, let's be honest. All these people are just a bunch of corrupt people. I can never really understand it. But the thing is, like, they do these because they believe that, well, they're going to be successful. You know what I mean? But let's be quite honest with ourselves here, ladies and gentlemen. History has shown us over and over again. Corruptors, before they collapse, they don't know that their collapse is near. They think that they're immune. And when that, truth of the matter is, every time a tyrant on the earth feels like they're immune and nothing can touch them, that's how you know that destruction is near. I mean, literally, just name any civilization that was corrupt. And one of the patterns you will understand is they never knew it was coming. They just thought, ooh, we're going to see tomorrow. Yeah, nobody can stop us. And then the next thing you know, boom, God steps in and then everything, it's over. And it's not just God. A lot of the time it's just people. Allah will send his own soldiers, his own army. Whether that's insect, it can be waves of water, or it could be another human being, another soldier who will come and destroy the kingdom of the what do you call it? Of the corruptors. This is the history of mankind. And so one of the biggest patterns that I've noticed with the Israelis, Wait, breaking news: Iranian women are dancing on the street with hijab, seeing the Islamic regime oppression of women is coming to close. Yeah, I guess we'll see how that turns out. Freaking idiots. Like it just makes no sense to me. This right here, I don't know if this may be old. So we got to take everything that we see with a grain of salt. But apparently the Iranians are dancing on the street. And the reason why I'm saying they're a bunch of idiots is because we've seen the same thing happen over and over again. This is not something new. Okay? When the 20-year war started, guess what? They were happy in the Middle East. Yeah, America's going to come and liberate us. Yeah, go ask them now. See how that turned out. The country has been completely destabilized. You know? But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's not really much for me to go over because so many people are covering this. I'm pretty sure that people have already seen a lot of the stuff that's going on. Some people are far more in tune with this whole situation than I am. But I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there, which is why I labeled this as I was right about Israel, Iran, and America. I predicted this I predicted this a long time ago. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew they were gonna go ahead and attack. You don't move that much vessels and plane and cargoes in that area with that attack and what to just bring them right back the next day. Come on, let's be quite honest with ourselves. And that's why I said that the supreme leader of Iran knew this was going to happen. He knew he was a dead man walking. He knew that. I mean, you were literally talking to a group of people who attacked you back in July of 2025. Or it was June of 2025. During a negotiation. They knew Americans don't care. They knew America was gonna attack, and they were fully prepared this time. The first time they were not prepared at all. Nobody knew it was coming. But yeah, America still not America, it was actually Israel that attacked. And then after that, they went and started begging. But this time, yeah, I don't think Israel's gonna survive this one. You know what I mean? Because Iran, right now, they're using their old stockpile to try to run out, the, what do you call it? The missile defense. They're using old bombs right now. And the new ones are going to be coming later down the line. So yeah, I guess only time will tell right now. All I got to say is I'm going to be genuinely honest. I genuinely believe that World War III I don't want to say this. I don't want to, but I think I will. I genuinely believe that we are in World War III. It just hasn't really kicked off yet, but we're there. We're in it now. Because again, war is not only, flying planes and bullets being fired. No. Information war, economy, all of that can be involved in, can be part of it as well. So I genuinely believe that we are in World War III right now. But we just haven't felt, the whole world hasn't felt it yet. And sooner or later, everybody will feel it once China gets involved, once Russia gets involved. Because when those two get involved, let's also not forget about North Korea. Yeah, the little rocket man, he has been smacking his mouth a lot lately. You know what I mean? About, how Palestine is, secret and how Israelis have been committing genocide on the Palestinian. Yeah. He's been doing all that. So we already know whose side he's going to be on if World War III starts. It's literally going to be NATO versus Russia, China, North Korea. Who else? Iran. So yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes, ladies and gents. I guess we'll see how it goes. And until then, I will catch you guys up later. Yeah.